I'm back.
and then like
Got
play
an
against them.
intel from
You don't let them
All
show.
Ben
You don't let
Wow.
them. Now, one thing for sure, don't charge for that when you're going against an MUI Goku. That's a rule that you need to understand. Why? Because his little instant, see that move right there. And the moment they miss, guess what? You try to get him with your moves. And believe it or not, I feel like I don't believe in myself that
Guess we're doing this.
three.
And stay down.
Look. 4, 5. Yeah. Gotta kill that. I lost that. There's some people in this game that just be doing this. See, his playstyle was just straight using that. The difference is when I use those types of moves, I'm trying to get you in a keep with it. It's a strategy. So I don't just do it random.
Excuse me.
He's just doing it because that's all he can do. He doesn't know how to do nothing else. Oh my god. Oh yeah, nothing else.
You doing? Why you touch this? Go play. Go play.
I gotta go sometimes. Especially when you're doing these types of, when you're just trying to achieve something in these types of games, you need to put everything on the floor, man. Everything. So fighting these characters, it's using different characters because that's part of the kids. I don't get it. As a YouTuber, Sparking Zero, like as Sparking Zero technical YouTuber, this shit is tough because I so many characters. I can't really lock in. If you know what I mean by that, it's like I can't really do something that's crazy like I want to because I'm always understanding knowledge. Like the combos are in my head, so I'm getting them stuff. So I'm really, believe it or not, I feel like I lose a lot of I
Excuse me.
Yes, you thought you went AFK, so
Hey.
look at her. Look at that. That's like 3 times back to back. 4 times. So I had the best idea, and that's the transform the game. Once I went into MUI, it was over. So but be aware of the spammers in your journey, young warriors, because they are tricky. But when you go against real skilled people like this Ultimate Gohan, I remember playing this Ultimate Gohan. I was truly entertained. As in, like, yo, This guy's so good at using, and he's just about it. First match always get me low. I feel low. This is good. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel stressed. But this ultimate goal definitely gave me something like.
Girl, you trying to put on beauty shoes. What's up on beauty shoes, huh? Girl, you ate already. It's mine.
You asked for it.
And I won't put that when the it's a game.
Oh yeah? Y'all throw shit at me?
Because
Get his ass out the window, y'all. Oh!
stuff like that. For example, when I was using Super Vegeta, I barely used after control. As a move I do not really use. But that's the whole basis of what's his name. Yes, it is, but I'm not going to use that though. I don't feel like I want to talk y'all. It's today's video.
Bring it on.
I wanted to tell y'all that
Oh yeah?
when I started the game, when Dave put us, I just want.
Really, guys?
This is all I want to. This is facts too. You gotta keep it a bucket with y'all. All I just want is people to have fun of the game, but not be at it. This game is just so special. They did such a great job on it. I might have been it's us. The first thing you know, people are losing like consistently, constantly. It's been sad.
Yeah, ma.
Yes, it's for greatness. I gave that for going to game of the year. No doubt. Right now, no. I don't see the same passion for this game I did before it ever came out. I don't. And when people actually get a hold of the game, you be like, oh, it's gonna be the best thing ever. And now it's like, well, back to University, well, back to players.
Yo, damn, bro, y'all niggas.
It's very well done, and it should be really good as credit. It's only been out for 2 months.
Good stuff.
But anyway, that would conclude the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you like, tell me what you didn't like. Please tell me if you like the story perspective of my progress. Yes, I was one for the video. Have a nice day. The good things to know is happening.
Back to it.
Exactly how strong is Ultra Instinct Goku at this point in Dragon Ball Super? It seems like in every arc since the Tournament of Power, Goku has been advancing the offensive powerhouse number 4, and his defensive capabilities evolved even further with his durability breaking Moro's hand at him. He even manifested a brand new technique that a lot of us fans Susanoo Ultra Instinct. During the battle with Granola, Goku was able to harness a more unique version of UI, allowing him to gain power from his natural emotions, giving him another avenue to use Ultra Instinct. But while sparring with Beast Gohan, he opted to use MUI, confirming that this is clearly his strongest form, and was able to go toe-to-toe with him until Gohan used nearly his full power. Exactly how strong is Ultra Instinct Goku at this point in Dragon Ball?
Hey. You asked for it. Let go! Nice try, jerk.
What? Not since out your mouth, what? Oh, shit.
And there's no better deal that I can figure out online with my buddy than just bought on GrabThisWheel.com.
Excuse me.
Use my promo code BUTTER at checkout, save up to an additional 15% off on your next order. Shout out my friends that just bought on at DragRacingWheel.com. For some of the best prices online, just got a little bit better. Slanus has no other choice but to bring back the V8. Right now, Ford and GM are eating Slanus' lunch money. You've got the C8 Corvette with a roaring V8, one on the inside of a naturally aspirated Stingray. You got a hybrid variant in the E-Ray. You got a flat plane crank that I enjoyed oh so well in my Z06. Now you got a twin turbo with VR1.
Y'all need to sit down somewhere and chill out.
70. They still got the Escalade feet. They're still blocking up supercar. Get the Mustang G, you got the Dark Horse Mustang, plus the line.
Oh, yeah.
This again?
You get Durango Hellcat again.
Stay down.
Yep, there's still time to get the most powerful SUV ever. Durango SRT Hellcat is back for the 23 model year, and even though they were able to figure out how to keep building it, you all know the stories heard about emissions, compliance, blah, blah, blah. It is non-detuned. Still 710 horsepower, 645 pound-feet of torque, and still the best in class going. Most importantly, it's the most badass SUV you can buy, period.
And again, and then again. Today is in a 6.2 liter iron block V8 and we only
This is Yaga.
Leave me alone. Go sit down somewhere.
Even trucks and SUVs are different emission standards compared to cars. But Slam's won't announce V8 comeback until it's too late for the competitors to react. Just like
Hey, be quiet.
this secret close to the vest because thousands of sales and unsold hurricane power products depend on it. Could you imagine the fallout from the cut costs of to get this 2-year EV and hurricane experiment car out of the inventory? Now, as far as I know, Stellantis new advanced architecture that's in the newer updated vehicles is not set up for any engine, and from what I'm told, they have to be basically like re-engineered and actually work on that system. Which I don't necessarily believe because the Grand Cherokee L is on that same new advanced architecture, and it had a 5.6 in it's like the real school one. So I don't necessarily believe that particular number. And even the Wagoneers had the 5.7 6.4 Hemi in. So they share the same platform with Ram 600. And I don't see really no reason why the Ram cannot add a 5.7 or even put a 6.4 in a, let's say, a more peppy version of the RHO, which I was hoping that there would be an RHO with Ram 200 anyway. But not saying they can't have that. Just saying, I think one of the main problems is that other than not having a production plant, is that the other thing is not usually happen for the next month or two. You got to do unit testing, you got to crash testing, and typically that's going to take a while to happen. Now, guys, really not true. Charging because people have said over the past few months that a short tire type of problems and that's preventing people from going inside the car. But word around the campfire is that a supercharged V8 engine will fit in their car. I had somebody who, I can't exactly say where they worked at, but I had someone tell me that a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 will fit in the Charger. Maybe it's tight, maybe it's not tight, we don't know. But I guarantee you sometime this summer, when those cars are hitting the roads, one of these other YouTubers are going to buy this Charger, and somebody's going to help that squad in Charger. I got my money on Cal SRT doing it, but like I said, I was told 2 years ago that specifically the supercharged Hemi V8 will fit in the car. The biggest problem is going to hold them back and actually hold the trigger on getting these inspected cars into production lines. Because these production lines for these engines were shut down from making Hemis to make those Hurricanes. So if Stellantis wants to keep the Hurricane in production, they would need another production line to either make the Hemis, make a new V8 engine that me and TK have talked about over the past few months, either borrow an engine from another brand, I'm going to get to that one in a second, or either repurpose an existing plant. Stellantis just so happened to have a Trenton plant that was decommissioned back in December 2022. They used to make the older version of 3.6 liter engine and currently being repurposed to warehouse and stuff. So Stellantis borrowed some money and retooled that plant to make either Hemis or a new V8 that me and TK Garage talked about for the past few months, and basically make these engines in America. Or they do this maybe in Belvedere alongside whatever vehicle they can put at Belvedere. This would be a nice way to get around tariffs that Trump has been threatening. Just saying. One option I do want to talk about is would a Ferrari V8 and a Dodge make sense? It's smaller, get around that struck tire in Ferrari V8 or Dodge. And I would argue they can do this in limited numbers, and that's going to basically stimulate demand for the Charger. Now, I know this sounds crazy, but when you consider platform sharing between different brands, I mean, BMW built Super for Toyota, Mercedes-Benz, AMG supplied engines for Bugatti. What if I told you that Ferrari had already developed a V8 engine for a Stellantis brand? They did that for Maserati up until last year. So this already was a previous agreement to use Ferrari engines within one of Stellantis brands that sold vehicles in the United States. So what's stopping them from making another agreement and making a version of these engines for a limited run of Dodge muscle cars? So if Stellantis wanted to, they could absolutely make this happen. They only stopped it last year because of Carlos Tavares. He had in his stupid little contract where he pushed EVs and low emissions vehicles and it triggered bonuses in his contract. So that's the main reason they stopped it from Maserati. This engine could be perfect for Dodge and work within the Charger pretty well. It's smaller, so the power issue shouldn't be a problem. All the man got to do is adapt it to the Atlantis architecture, and it could work within a year or two. I mean, John Elkann, he can easily make this happen with basically one phone call. He runs basically both companies. He's the chairman of Ferrari, the chairman of Stellantis, the interim CEO of Stellantis. This obviously could work out pretty good for Stellantis. I mean, the engine is obviously still compliant as well. They don't have to worry about too many emissions fines with it. They also could save millions of dollars not having to set up a brand new engine plant or a brand new production line to make engines already still in production. All you got to basically just tool a different version of the engine to work for Dodge. I'm just saying. So what do you guys think? Will Stellantis survive trying to be BMW North America with inline six turbocharged engines and EVs?
ありがとうございました。
Or will the ancient Hemi iron block V8s make their grand return? Is a secret V8 project the one that's going to actually save the day? Or will John Elkann pull the trigger on a Ferrari-built Dodge V8 engine? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and until the next time, I'm out.
Excuse me.
Entering into this console generation among Xbox and PlayStation, I don't really know where my expectations were. With Xbox, they had a number of studios, a number of games. And although these console wars are over, that's the big thing. You'll see it on social media. People play these games of Xbox versus PlayStation, but it's over. Phil Spencer admitted it. They lost the console generation that mattered. That's because PlayStation dominated the PlayStation for a generation from the get-go. From the decision to mock Xbox about, being able to play games or trade games with your friends with discs and stuff. That was, the mockery started there, and then PlayStation just constantly delivered. It was hit after hit release, and single player that's what they were known for. That is what made that console generation.
Hello?
Right towards the end of the PlayStation 4 console generation.
Y'all give me all full cups. Y'all got all full cups.
Changing for a while now, even before the end of the PlayStation 4 console generation. The big move that has been constantly talked about, I talked about it years ago on this channel, was their move to America. PlayStation immediately in 2016, when this was announced, they said that it wasn't going to change their DNA from Tokyo to California. Although even at the time, it did seem like they were pushing away from their cultural identity with the Japanese their audience, their company, their everything. And their move to California definitely feels like it has taken on more of a role than they like to admit. And what do I mean by that is around 2018, when we started really having these discussions with censorship policies that they were enacting on Japanese developers, which honestly at the time were ridiculous. Missed that video from years ago, check it out. But still is extremely relevant with some of these games and other policies which have aged poorly. And fortunately, they have reversed a number of these things. Like, this is a big instance we talked about. Devil May Cry 5 has a censored scene in the West, but only on PlayStation 4. And it was specifically this scene. And it got us a lot talking about the identity of PlayStation. And then, let's be honest, they have moved further and further away from their Japanese identity. We've seen that with them shutting down the Japan studio. This is something that a number of developers have called out PlayStation for, saying that it didn't make any sense and it was a stupid move. And nowadays, you look at a game like Astro Bot and the success that they have, you think that a studio like Japan Studio could have continued that success if they were given the funding. But truthfully, Jim Ryan, Herman Hulst, they didn't want to make those investments. The investments that they wanted to make in was live service.